Kitzur Beis Mehaga. So, in short, reviewing what we've got in the Mimer so far, reviewing the comment. Hatam Shadas Mischalik Yoser. We explain the reason that Das divides further. Why does the concept of the mind, of Das, knowledge, why does it divide into two, not like Chochmah and Bina, like wisdom and understanding? It divides into, in general, two crowns of Chesed and Gvura. And it divides further, Kihu Mekor of Avtzavos, because it is the source of the six sides, the six emotional attributes. Nonetheless, this ability to divide into many parts comes from an even higher place. That is from the hidden mind in Keser. Dugmas shechakim shetochanin man latzadikim. That's in the likeness of the grinding, that the heavens that are called the place of grinding, that grinds the man for the tzadikim. So that's the concept of grinding, is dividing into parts. So just like in the heavens, you have this concept of a source for division in the grinding of the man. So too in the concept of knowledge, and it's known that the concept of man is a food of knowledge or belief. It's a concept of emunah, just like the matzah. But at times these attributes have this concept of inclusion one in the other, as is known. Haga, and in common, Vayin b'siddur shara Shabbos b'inin kegavna, the inun misyachdin la'ela be'echad. Look about the concept there, where in the siddur, where it's about the prayer that we say kegavna from the Zohar Friday night, that it says, just like these that unite above in one, in oneness. That is, these that are uniting are the emotional attributes that go up to Bina. Look what it says in Zohar about that. It'll be 7 days under its mother in terms of Mechusar Zman. You're not allowed to shecht an animal until it's 8 days old. Tachasimo, but it says under its mother, that 7 days under its mother. Tachasimo is atru shivas yomim, that under its mother are crowned the 7 days. The 7 emotional attributes are underneath Bina. Dichsiv, as it's written, L'cha v'yagdula v'agvurach v'gomer, that to you Hashem is the greatness and the strength and so forth. Look what it says in Purim, explaining that the Jews received with the concept of that the mother is crouching over her children. Similarly to what's brought in the Zohar, where it says that there's 3 that are invited to be sanctified. Shehem Gimel Moadim, which are the 3 holidays, Yud v'chibur amidus chagas b'gimel rishonos chachma bina, which is an invitation and a union of a, so to speak, marriage and a union of the emotional attributes of chagas into the chesed gvur tiferes, into the 3 intellectual aspects, chachma and bina, and so forth. When it's bor b'siddur shar hayom tov. This is explained, these inclusion of the emotional attributes into the intellect in the siddur, because in Yom Tov, that's the concept that the bina is the prevalent revelation. And look what it says in Likutei Torah, where it says to draw, to offer to me in its time. That I guess also corresponds to this middos into Mochin. V'am bi'biur ezor ish pashas v'yetzi binyan v'yetzi Yaakov me'ber Sheva bi'biur ezor pashas korach al pasuk al pi Maimer Sham Taf Kufayin Vav Amud Beis Kulu Zminin Ma'aseh Dikri Kodesh bi'ur ezor Korach. It says all of them are invited. They're brought down from a place that's called holy. That's why it's called. They're called from the holy. The holidays are called from the holy. When is that b'shaita? Zamin be'alma, when the holiday is invited to the world. Look what it's brought on the concept of the praise and Tehillim Halaluka, that you praise Yud-K, with the concept of that. What does it mean praising Yud-K? Where you're uniting the emotional attributes with Yud-K, which is Chachmo Bina. Similarly, it's what our sages said, that all the holidays are nullified in the time to come. Look what it says about this in Torah Or, on that the king stretched forth to Esther his scepter and so forth. Because Purim is not going to be nullified. But all the other holidays are. That is because in the time to come it will be revealed the 8th string of the harp. Because all the harp until then has 7 strings. But in the times of Mashiach it'll have an 8th string. V'gam kol asara, and not only 8 but even 10 strings. Because the 8th is Bina, but really you'll have all 10 spheros, which corresponds with the different strings of the harp. If so, the holidays, which are a revelation of these 3 first levels of intellect that shines into the 7 lower levels, are nullified like a candle in front of a flame. When you have the revelation of the first 3 levels themselves. So if the holidays are a revelation of the intellect into the emotions, so if the intellect itself is shining, so you don't need the holidays anymore. Therefore, the 3 lands of Keni, Kenizi, and Kadmoni will also be given to Israel. Like our sages said, Al Pasuk, that he's going to do good to you and give you more than your fathers. Which those 3 expressions in the Torah, that Hashem is going to do good to you and give you more than your fathers, corresponds with the 3 lands of Keni, Kenizi, and Kadmoni. That corresponds with the 3 klippos, that correspond with the 3 intellectual attributes, since these 7 nations that are in the land of Israel correspond with the 7 emotional attributes, whereas these 3 nations correspond with the 3 mochin. That's the end of the quote from the Ori Or. Look what it says about on Shabbos, that they're going to play the music upon the 10 string and upon the lyre. But Yom Kippur will not be nullified, because it's a revelation of Atik within Bina, which is higher than that. So to the days of Purim, because Esther is the concept of Malchus of Atzilus that hides in the world of Bria and becomes the Atik for the world of Bria. It says in Torah Or, that's the concept of the king who's alone the life of the world. The source of this concept of Malchus going down into the world of Bria is actually from Atik of Atzilus, from Kesser of Atzilus. Or Biur Ki Ataneri. Look about what it says about this in Torah.